What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? We are back for another review of Falcon Crest retro review. We are on season 1, episode 8, I believe. Episode 8. Hold on, let me double check because I want to make sure I'm right. Yep, episode 8. So this is a very interesting episode. Okay, a lot of stuff happens with this episode. A lot of things you got to pay attention in this episode. So we see that Angela is on her way on a trip. Angela's going to Rome. She's headed to Rome for a wine tasting competition where Falcon Crest has submitted. Well, you have to actually be invited. They were invited to participate, and she has this select wine that she's been working on for over a year. Or it's been bottled for a year. Whatever. Y'all know, wine talk. Now, she's not taking Lance with her. She's taking Cole. Now, if you remember a couple of episodes back, she sort of took Cole on as her protege when she got mad at Lance. Now, it seemed like she was only doing it out of revenge, but let me be clear. She likes Cole, and she really does see potential in Cole. But Lance is her grandson, and that's who she's been grooming all of these years, but she knows he's not ready. She knows he's not ready. Now, she kept Lance there. She has a test for Lance. Lance has to broker a deal that she made with a guy named Jack Sloan. Now, Jack Sloan is no good. He's a shyster, and Angela knows it. And Angela don't have no business doing. She has no reason to do business with him other than she's testing Lance to see if Lance will be able to do the deal and not get caught up in Jack's bullshit. Okay. Now they head to the airport. And of course, like I said, Cole is with her in Rome, and Cole is gonna go. He wants to go visit the family because the Jill birthdays. That's where they're from. So they get to the hotel, and of course, Angela has a suite, honey. She's got a nice. She don't have no regular old double bed hotel room, honey. She got a whole suite with a living room, dining room, all that stuff, right? And Cole has a room right across the hall, so I'm sure his room is just as nice. Probably not on the same level, but very nice accommodations. As soon as they get there, they hear a knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. And who is it? Angela's ex-husband. He done flew all the way from San Francisco because Rome is something special to them. They done had some good times in Rome. And he is there. He is there on a mission. Now, Angela don't realize he on a mission, but he is there on a mission. Now, in Angela's mind, of course, she's flattered. And, of course, she know he there for some, romantical kind of stuff. But she ain't thinking, like, long-term. She just thinking, oh, you came to hang out and reminisce and, hang out a little bit, And, of course, we see Cole, and that was his first time actually formally meeting Cole. He was like, what's up? He dapped him up, but of course he gave him that look like. So the next day, Cole actually left a letter for Angela, and he was going to go find his family, honey. He done took a bus down to the place where his family is. Then he done rented a bike from the man, probably paid him too much money, and he actually found his family. And he had a good time with his family, and he was able to connect, and they are the relatives of his grandfather. And he actually heard stories about the letters that they wrote back and forth. And before he leaves, she actually gives him a photo album that has pictures of Angela as a baby with Jason and letters, the correspondence between Angela's father, Angela and Jason's father, and his family back, I guess his brother or somebody back, or sister back in their homeland back in Italy. That's very important. We'll get there. Now let's get back to Falcon Crest. Lance met with Jack Sloan, and immediately, they do the business, and because Angela had already done the deal. All Lance had to do was get the man to sign the paperwork. So he go in there to sign the paperwork, and he tried to play with Lance a little bit, and Lance was like, "No, this is what we agreed to. This is what my grandmother said." So then he was like, "I see you, Lance. How would you like to make an extra $100,000 cash between me and you?" And so at first Lance was like, "Get your ass up out of here. The deal is off. Don't come in here with that bullshit. Trying to do something illegal." Because he was trying to, what he wanted Lance to do was take 500 crates or whatever of those bottles, the Select brand that Angela had in the competition over in Rome. Take some regular wine, put the Select label on it so he could sell it at the Select prices, but it wasn't really the Select wine. And he was like, "Listen, I can sell that wine down, overseas somewhere in places where people won't know the damn difference." But he was like, "Get up." So he threw him out, was like, "Nah, don't stop playing." So Lance ended up having a party. The party, Angela had already set the party up. Lance just had to kind of follow through with it or whatever. And it was for everybody to taste this new Select wine. Jack Sloan, once again, is at the party. And he brings a friend along. Now, the friend ends up seducing Lance. I ain't quite figured that part out yet. I don't know if that's going to be something that's going to bite Lance in the butt later on, because it seemed like she seduced him, and I don't know if Jack brought her there as like incentive for Lance. Like, Lance can't get his own women, child. I don't know. But neither here nor there. Lance ends up taking Jack back into the back room, and he ends up making the deal with him. He's like, all right, let's make it happen. So the next day, Lance goes and gets the foreman, and he tells the foreman what's up. And the foreman was like, yo, Jack Sloan, he ain't nothing to be playing with. Like, Lance, I don't suggest you play no games with him. Like, I wouldn't even want to do business with him, much less play a game with him. And Lance was like, well, I can outsmart him and I can put him out of business. Because, of course, in Lance's mind, he's smarter than everybody else. One, he thinks he's smarter than everybody else. And two, he's trying to impress Angela. Right? So he makes the deal. And the guy really ain't want no parts of it. He was like, why are you involving me in this bullshit deal? He was like, because, I know that we will be able to do it because we. And then he basically threatens his job and was like, basically lets him know, if you don't go along with this, I'm going to fire your ass. So the guy does it. And who comes stumbling in there is Chase. Now, Chase gets pissed off because Chase is like, what are you doing? Like, why? Like, I thought bottling was done for the season. And, of course, Lance is being a real asshole about it, telling him, mind your business. You don't have nothing to do with this, And so he told him that the wine, the grapes that they were using were coming from a set of grapes that Chase had actually sold to Falcon Crest. And so he got in his feelings because he was like, y'all just, he was like, those grapes are not ready to be bottled yet. Y'all are creating, basically you creating trash wine with my grapes. Like, I don't appreciate it. So he goes to Julia. And of course, Julia, she was already pissed off at Lance because Lance let her walk in on him and the other girl in the room. And Julia told him, listen, you can do all that stuff wherever outside, but don't you be bringing them hoes up in this house. And just because Angela ain't here, don't mean you can be, turn this into no hotel. Hotel. And of course, he said, mother, I'm just doing what you did, honey. She go to slap him and he catches her arm. So anyway, he's feeling himself. He's just really feeling himself. So Julia goes over there to confront him. He done locked the damn distillery, well, winery, whatever the proper name is. And he opens the door, but he won't let her in. And he tells her, don't worry about what's going on. We got it under control. Like, I'm going to need you to back up off me. Like, I know what the fuck I'm doing. So the next day, she goes up in there and she finds the label, and they figure out that he's putting those labels on other bottles of wine. So they go and confront Lance. And of course, Lance tells them, mind your business. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, leave me the fuck alone. I got this under control. Now, Lance had decided that he got this grand scheme that he's going to make the deal. He's going to get the $100,000, and then he's going to be able to destroy the wine before it actually makes it to the market. I don't understand what he thought was going to work in his plan. Like, I didn't hear nothing about, anyway. He thought that he'd be able to put the man out of business. But part of his plan hinged on a friend of his who's a private eye who does some dirty work for him every once in a while. So when he made the deal, he got the $100,000. Then he went to the private eye and told the private eye needed to destroy that wine. Dude was like, I'm not about to do that. Like, that's like breaking and entering, grand larceny. He was like, listen, I know I done a few things for you in the past. I know I done played some games with you in the past. But I'm not playing that game. First of all, I'm trying to go legit. Like, I got a real, PI's license that I'm trying to protect. And second of all, even if I was still on the down low, I ain't fooling with Jack Sloan. Like, dude, it's crazy. Like, I'm not. No. So now Lance is in so Lance goes, he said, listen, my best advice to you is to go back, tell him you changed your mind, get that man his money back, keep it moving. Now, let's go back to Rome. Over in Rome, while all of this is going on, Angela is at the competition. Falcon Crest wins the damn competition. So the wine, this select wine now, which was worth $500 a crate, is now worth $1,000 a crate because it just won this prestigious award over in Rome. So by the time Lance go back to Jack Sloan to say, listen, the deal is off. Here's your money. Here, give me my money back. This, that, and the other. He was like, we're not undoing this deal. He was like, as a matter of fact, this wine is, as of an hour ago, this wine is worth more than it was worth before because it just won this award. And of course, Lance didn't know nothing about the award, child. And so Lance was like, but, you know, the wine I gave you ain't shit. Like, I didn't give you, like, those second set, that $100,000 I gave you. He was like, you know that's not the real wine. He was like, I know that, but don't nobody else know that. And I'm about to make a killing. He said, and as a matter of fact, since you swindled me, because he didn't know the wine was going to, whatever it was, he told Lance, he said, not only do I expect, not only am I going to keep this wine that you gave me, but I expect, like, the rest of my order. Like, you playing games with me. And now he all sulking. You know, Angela called, and he all, you know, trying to play it off or whatever, but he all sulking. So, Chase comes in there, and they have a big showdown with Lance, you know. And that's when Lance tells them, you know, basically, he sort of tells them what's going on, but he don't give them the whole story. But he's being real nasty to them and telling them they don't understand how hard it is and the pressure and this, that, and the other. And he did what he did. So Chase, Julia, gone. Let the men talk. You gone. Let me talk to Lance. So he has like a little heart-to-heart with him, you know. I understand how hard it is, son, but you're going to have to this, that, and the other, and we're going to have to figure it out. Let's go over there and talk to him together. So he goes over there, and Chase basically threatens to call the police and says, listen, we'll deal with the consequences, but what you're not going to do is get ready to sell that damn wine. Like, so it's going to be what it's going to be. Either you're going to take the legit wine that we gave you, and we're going to call off the rest of this bullshit, or we're going to have to call the police. And dude was like, yeah, I don't think you're going to do it. Like, because, you know, that'll put Lance will be in it too. Like, I don't think you're about to do that. Chase was like, you think so? And he turns around to walk off. And of course, the guy calls Chase's bluff. And they end up canceling the deal. And it is what it is. Just in time before Angela comes back home, child. But last but not least, in the meantime and in between time, after they won this award, Angela's ex-husband, he wants to, you know, take her to Paris to celebrate, and he wants to do all of this wonderful stuff for her. And he tells her, listen, Angela, you have Falcon Crest, you got it to where you wanted it. I had my newspaper, I got it to where I wanted it. I still love you. I still want to be with you. I still want to make this situation work. What's good? And Angela was like, I still don't have my empire yet. Like, I got a little empire, but I'm trying to get a big empire, and you are not, like, you're not part of my, I thought we were just having fun. Like, you was trying to be serious. No, I'm good the way things are. He ain't, and he was like, all right, deuces, I'm out. I'm about to fly on back to San Francisco, because I thought we was about to do something. And Angela was like, arrivederci. So everybody comes home. Of course, it looks like Chase handled everything fine. Because like I said, Angela put him to the test. And she going to see how he was going to handle it. But y'all know, like I know, don't nothing get past Angela, child. I don't know when it's going to come out. I don't know how it's going to come out. But I don't believe that that's the end of this whole situation. Because like I said, I don't know what's up with that girl. And I just don't believe that this big situation going to get past Angela. I could be wrong. Because I really don't remember how everything went out. But now, the Pandora's box that got opened, though, was this album and these letters that Cole brought back home. And they started reading them. And one of the letters read, the grandfather was so worried about how badly Angela and Jason do not get along. And he was worried that would be the destruction of their family because the siblings just did not get along. That's the Pandora's box that's been opened up, okay? Y'all following me? Y'all with me? All right, y'all. So that was episode 8. You let me know what you think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.